This is Course 3, Math, Chapter 8, Lesson 4, Linear Functions, and I am Mrs. McCowan. Today's learning objective, every student will learn how to interpret the slope and the x and y intercepts when graphing a linear equation for a real-world problem. Today's notes, we have 2 vocabulary words. The first word is linear function. A linear function is a function that can be described by a linear equation. A function notation is a way to show that the output of the function f, written f of x, corresponds to the input value of x. Okay, example number 1. Determine whether each function is linear. If so, give the slope and y-intercept of the function's graph. So the first function we have is f of x is equal to 2x to the third power. F of x equals 2x to the third power does not represent a linear function because x has an exponent other than 1. To be a linear function, your x must have an exponent of just 1. Letter B. F of x equals 3x plus 3x plus 3. F of x equals 6x. Write the equation in slope intercept form. The function is linear because it can be written in the form f of x equals mx plus b, where the slope is 6 and the y-intercept b is 3. Okay, I'd like you to check it out, number 1A and 1B on your own. (1A) f of x equals negative 2x plus 4. Looking at this, we can tell that the slope is negative 2 and the y-intercept is 4. So it is linear because it can be written mx plus b equals y. 1b, f of x equals negative 1x plus 4. This is not linear because x is the denominator. X cannot be the denominator to be a linear function. Because x is in the denominator, it is not linear. Number 2, write a rule for each linear function. So let's look at step 1 for letter A. Identify the y-intercept. Well, that is where it crosses the y-axis. So let's take a look. Where does it cross? And I see it's right here at 0, 2. So my intercept is 2 because it crosses the 2 on the y-axis. Let's locate another point on the line. So they located 1, 4. Is that on my line? Yes, that's on my line. So now I'm going to substitute 2 for b and x and y values in the equation y equals mx plus b. So we have 2 for b, and then we have 1 for x, and we have 4 for y. So when I solve this, I do 4 minus 2 is 2. So 2 is my slope. So the rule for this linear function is f of x equals 2 times x plus 2. And I could even check on my line and check the rise over run. How much did I rise? Well, 1, 2. How much did I run? 1. So my slope, 2 over 1, that checks. Letter B. I have a table and I need to find what is the rule for this function. So I locate 2 points. I locate 1, negative 2, and I locate 1, 4. Now I'm going to find the slope by using our slope formula. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I have 4 minus negative 2 over 1 minus negative 1. Whenever I have two negatives beside each other, that is a plus. So this is 4 plus 2 is 6. 1 plus 1 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So 3 is my slope. Now I'm going to substitute the slope and one pair of the x and y values in the equation below. So I'm going to substitute in 1, 4. That was my point that they chose for me. So when I put that in and I find that the b is should be 4/3, not 1. This must be a typo from the textbook company. So my rule is f of x equals 3x plus 4/3. And I leave it as a fraction. Remember, whenever you have a number like this, we leave it as a fraction so that we can graph it easier later. Okay, I'd like you to do check it out number 2 on your own. Okay, we can tell from this, on this one, that the y-intercept where it crosses is at 1, so your b should be 1. To find my slope, I'm going to use the point 5, 2, because that's the next place it crosses. I can tell that it rises 1 and goes over 5, so my slope is going to be 1/5 x plus 1. And I write f of x because we're finding the linear function. We always use f of x for linear function. So my equation should be f of x equals 1/5 x plus 1. Okay, let's do the next one. I'm choosing the point 0, -1, and 1, 1. I always choose the points that are closest to 0 because that's the easiest to calculate. Remember, we work smarter, not harder. Okay, so I'm going to find my slope. So I do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I find that my slope was 2. So if I put this in my equation, I should have a slope of 2. And if I did this right, I should have found that 2 times 1 was 2. And if I divided by 2, my b was 1/2. Okay, example number 3. A video game club costs $15 to join each game that is rented costs $1.50. Find a rule for the linear function that describes the total cost of renting games as a member of the club and find the total cost of renting for 12 games. So the y-intercept is the cost for joining, so that's $15. It's $1.50 for game, that's the slope. So when I write this as an equation, I should write 150 times x plus 15. Then if I take this to find out how much renting 12 games would be, well, we put in our 12 for x, so 1.5 times 12 is 18. 18 plus 15 is 33, so that cost $33 to rent 12 games. Okay, I'd like you to pause the video and check it out number 3 on your own. So for check it out number 3, we should have found that the rate of change was $2 per book, and that the y-intercept was $20. So if we wrote our equation, we found that f of x equals 2x plus 20, and that the cost of 10 books is $40. Do you need extra help? You can go back and watch this video again, or you can ask Mrs. McCown a question, or you can come in the morning for extra tutoring. Thanks for watching.